Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today is a bit of a different video. I am aware that I absolutely love doing hauls on YouTube. I find them really interesting to watch, and I also do end up buying quite a lot of stuff, as a lot of people do in lockdown. We're a bit bored, so I've got a lot of haul videos that are going up. So I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I know that a lot of the videos I do on a Thursday are usually hauls, because if you didn't know, because you are new to my channel, today is Thrifty Thursday, which means every single Thursday I talk about something I thrifted, because I am a big thrifty queen. I absolutely love thrifting items of clothing and homewares and that kind of stuff. So most of the time on a Thrifty Thursday you will find me talking about thrifted clothes that I've got or interiors and that kind of thing, but today I wanted to talk about a plant that I thrifted. I am a big lover of thrifting plants. I have about 3 or 4 plants that I've thrifted in the past, and it's usually big plants because I find that getting smaller ones, unless they're kind of local collection off like Facebook Marketplace or something like that, where it's like a local group and it's like down the road or a 20-minute walk away, I find that it's a bit of effort to get something off eBay secondhand if you have to go and get it if it's just a smaller plant. Unless it's something quite specialist, then I think it's better to do it when it's just a big plant that's quite hard to find in a regular plant shop. So today I'm going to talk about something that I thrifted quite a while ago now. I think it's November last year, but I've never talked about on this channel, and that is my huge, I think it's about an 8-foot cactus, 8 to 9 foot cactus I own, called Kevin the Cactus. So this is Kevin the Cactus, as you can see next to me. He looks pretty big as it is, but actually he is a huge 8 to 9 foot cactus that I got off eBay, and the story is quite interesting. So basically, there is a bit in my room where I wanted to put a plant, and my room upstairs is not that great for keeping plants alive. I've had a few like big monsteras and other things in that bedroom, and they just don't like it. I think because we have a loft apartment here in London with a mezzanine, basically the heat rises, and I think there's just too much heat in summer for these plants to survive. And also when we have a heater on down here, we usually use a fan heater because we don't have very good central heating in our apartment. The heat rises, so it's just very hot upstairs, and the plants absolutely hate it, but the rest of the like living space, they're fine, but it's just difficult for upstairs. So I've always found it difficult to keep plants alive upstairs. And in our bedroom, it's quite like a boho barley vibe. I'm sure I will show you one day because it's still like a little bit of a work in progress, but that's the vibe I like for the bedroom because it's where we sleep, it's where we relax and go to bed, and I love Bali and like beach vibes for when you're kind of relaxing and chilling. So it's a bit different to the rest of the apartment, and yeah, I thought I need a plant in there. I've got a couple in there already that are fine, but there's a specific spot that I wanted to put something, and I was like, okay, well, I really want a cactus, and I have a few cactus plants here in this apartment. I think I have 3, and I usually go for a euphorbia cactus. They're a lot easier to care for. I've had a couple that have got root rot and died, but I think that's usually because Josh, my partner, when I've been away, has overwatered them, because if you are a big plant lover, you know that you shouldn't really water cactus plants often. But obviously he's not a big plant person, so he didn't know, so it kind of got root rot and died, a couple of the ones that I had. So yeah, I was like, I want to get a cactus in this spot. So I knew that I could probably get it from other places. Like, I've got a previous cactus from IKEA, still have it, it's alive, had it for ages, I love it. And I think another cactus I got from a plant shop here in London. So I was like, well, I could go out and get one, but I was like, I'll just look on eBay because I might be able to find an absolute bargain and get one that's quite tall, because usually they come in like quite a normal kind of like up to here height, like a medium sized cactus. And that's what I wanted because the ceilings upstairs are not huge, right? So I didn't want it to be extra large, but I thought maybe I'd find an interesting shaped one on eBay, secondhand. So I searched, as you do when you're looking on eBay for plants, you know, cactus. I think actually, no, I must have put large cactus in, and I did my settings and I put, you know, within 25 miles of my address and everything, and clicked enter, and I saw the biggest cactus I'd ever seen. When I first looked at it, like, I'm really bad when it comes to measurements, right? Like, I get a lot of stuff secondhand, and when it says like a particular measurement, I'm very bad at knowing. I kind of guess, and I thought, I know how tall 7 to 8 foot is, or 9 foot, or whatever it said on the listing. But obviously when it came, it was much bigger than what I thought it was gonna be. But I saw this cactus and it was £40. £40, that was it, literally £40. or maybe it was 50, and then I put in like a best offer for £40. Anyway, long story short, I got this huge cactus for £40. Now, I don't really understand how it was so cheap, but I was messaging back and forth with the guy, and kind of in the description he was saying like, you know, I've had this for ages in my office space here in London, and I'm downsizing, and I just want it to go to a good home, which is why it was so cheap. I think is he wasn't going to sell it to like a plant shop, which honestly probably could have got between £300 to £600 for it because it's absolutely massive. But I think he just wanted it to go to a good home, and I like emailed him and I was like, hey, like I love plants, I have really tall ceilings, like it will be absolutely at home here with me, I know how to look after plants. And I sent a few pictures of the plants in my apartment because, you know, I wanted to wow this guy. I wanted him to let me be the one that gave this cactus a home, and luckily for me he was like, yes, absolutely, and I got it for £40. And yeah, obviously the next stage is to then get the cactus here. So luckily for me, he actually had a courier friend who was able to bring the cactus. We had to get it was a really big van. It wasn't just like a normal size van because it is so tall. We liaised with everything, and he gave me some soil with it as well, which was really nice. He went all the way to B&Q to get me some soil so I could repot it, because for transit we had to take it out of the pot and have it kind of in the stem separately, and then I had to repot it when it got here. So it arrived, and the guy, his friend, was nice enough to help me bring it inside, which I'm not gonna lie, that was probably the hardest bit, because I live in a loft apartment. It used to be an old school. It has very thin, short doorways and hallways, and it just was such a nightmare. Because if you think about how tall something is, if it's about 7, 8, 9 foot, getting it round corners when there's stairs, like stairs go like this, like rounded, the turning of it was so difficult. But we got it in here in the end, and I was stuck with this cactus. Now, the whole backstory of this, as I haven't told you, is that Josh, my partner who I live with and have done for a very long time, didn't know I'd ordered this cactus, and I told him that I was getting something new for the apartment, and he didn't know what it was. And then I told him, oh, it's a plant, and he was like, okay, well, I know you usually get big plants from eBay, so as long as I don't have to get it, because usually Josh, you know, he has a car, he usually goes and gets me some of these ridiculous things I find on eBay secondhand. So I was like, no, it's fine, I'll organise it all, because at this point I think Josh was away doing something. I can't remember what, it must have been for work, so he wasn't here for a couple of days. So I was on my own to do this, right, and I had this cactus on the floor, and I literally couldn't pick it up myself, and the guy had already left, and I was like, I've made a bit of a boo-boo, I don't have to get this cactus up. Look at this cactus, I'm shaking. It was such an effort to get it up the stairs. I actually like kind of can't believe it. It's pretty crazy. Oh my god. You can't even see. Look. It's so long. It looks about, I thought it was about 7 foot, but it's definitely like 10 foot tall. Luckily, my cousin lives in London, and she was more than happy to help. So she came over, and we somehow got the cactus upright. I had to literally wear like oven gloves, and the foam that it came, that the guide sent it with, he packed it really, really well. I used a lot of the foam things to hold the cactus, because obviously it's a spiky cactus, it's painful. But also it's a very fragile cactus, so I don't know if you can see, but if I move it, you can see that it actually moves. And I'll put into a little video of just how jiggly it is. Now, the actual base of the cactus itself is super strong, but the arms of the cactus move, like it's literally still moving. I don't know if you can see, because I pushed it slightly. It's just such a fragile cactus, and I'd fallen in love with it when it arrived, and I was like, I just don't want to mess this up because we do it all wrong. But luckily, we got it up, we got the soil in, we potted and everything. It was actually so difficult to do so. Update. Finally got it stood upright. Got the pot. Luckily the pot has wheels, so it was easy enough to kind of move from just here to up here, and it looks, well, it just looks fantastic, to be honest. I'm absolutely obsessed. It does lean to this side just because it isn't the most stable thing in the whole entire world, so I'd rather it lean that way than fall back and land on my sofa. So the fact that it leans on the mezzanine is actually quite handy, and so if it does get unstable, then it'll just fall that way and we can figure it out from there. But basically what I need to do is get some stones to put on the bottom to keep it down, and I'm gonna get all of this stuff off now. But I'm really proud of us being able to do it, and one of the arms had actually fallen off in transit or when the guy had done it on the other side. But luckily for me, that meant that I was able to repot that cactus. So I actually in the end ended up getting a cactus arm that is now an actual own cactus that stands on its own as a cactus, which means that I got 2 cactus plants out of this. And to be honest, you could probably cut more if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. But it's just here, which you can ever so slightly see that it came off, and it looks great. And it means I got the cactus I wanted in the end, which was a smaller cactus, but I actually swapped it around. So there was a smaller one over there, that one went upstairs, and then the cactus arm from Kevin is now next to the mirror. So got it up and looks great. I was really exhausted, I was really proud of myself. And then Josh obviously was coming home, so I surprised Josh with the fact that I'd gotten a cactus. So I'm going to insert the footage now so you can see kind of like his reaction, because it is really funny. Okay, keep them close.
Yes, they can.
So you know how like I love plants? And I got a new plant. In a sec you can imagine you'll see it straight away, but don't be angry at me.
How big is this thing going to be, or is it one that I hate?
It's not, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you the question was going to look in a second, but please don't be angry at me. And I'll let you look in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god. That's big, isn't it? It's not gonna go floppy, is it? Like
No, it's not, it's fine.
Oh my god.
Come and see it. Like, properly come and see it.
Oh, that's so big.
I know. Go stand next to it.
It looks nice, to be fair.
Would you like?
Yeah, I'm just worried about it going floppy.
No, it won't. Honestly, I promise you it won't. It won't.
When it gets cold, it's not
No, because I know the type, don't worry. I've researched it.
That's cool.
Right, guess how much it was?
180 pounds.
Look at me. £40.
Oh, why is it so cheap?
Because the guy had it for 20 years and was just getting rid of it. And I was like, he was like...
The benefits of people downsizing, isn't it?
Yeah, and he was like, oh, I just need someone that'll look after it and someone that like has high ceilings. And I was like, hello? That's the only reason I got it. I was looking for a small cactus.
Yeah.
And then I saw this and I was like, well, I have to be rude not to if it's £40.
Did they give good advice on how to water and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, it's easy.
Oh, right, okay.
Do you like it?
I mean, yeah, it's nice.
Do you actually like it?
It's quite big, isn't it? And spread out.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't take up that much space. Like where that area is like where a plant was before already anyway. It's very tall.
Yeah.
And I've had to move the curtain because it was like on it. So I've moved it behind the mezzanine. But it looks good for pickies, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look good.
Are you surprised?
Yeah, of course.
You know how I was like hyping it
big.
up? You knew it was going to be big. I was hyping it up, but like...
I suppose I thought it was going to be like more of a proper plant rather than a cactus, I suppose.
Yeah, you thought it was going to be like this one. They're like the same size. You're a bit surprised? Did you realise it'd be that big?
How do they transport it?
Honestly, I'll tell you the story after I turn this video off. But do you like it? Okay, you're not going to kill me.
No, it's put in a nice place.
Do you actually like it?
Oh, it's alright, yeah.
I was really worried.
But it like goes in the gap, so it's not like it's in the middle of the room or anything.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Good then. Oh, you still love me. Still want to be with me.
Yeah, no qualms.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that is the story of my thrifted, like, I think, to be honest, I think it's like 8 or 9 foot. It's a very, very, very tall cactus. I absolutely love it. I feel very lucky that I got it for such a bargainous price. Obviously, like £40 for any plant that's big, even if it's just like 3 to 4 foot to 5 foot, is a bit of a bargain. But the fact that this is so big, honestly, really, really, really hard to find. And he's been thriving since November, like absolutely fine. The cactus plants are so easy to look after, just don't overwater them. And now it's summer, he might need a little bit of a spritz now and again, but honestly, like, he's been thriving. And I'm just really, really, really happy with how it looks. It looks amazing in the apartment, in all of my pictures. I absolutely love him. The only issue is, obviously, when we move someday, I don't know if I'm ever gonna have a room that is as tall as our apartment, because obviously it's like double level ceilings, and I just don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to find, I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to find an apartment that literally has a tall enough ceiling, but I will try because this cactus is so worth it. And yeah, that is the story of how I got the cactus, and I will end the story with why he's called Kevin the Cactus, because the guy who I liaised with about getting the cactus, who gave him to me for so cheap, is called Kevin. So he's Kevin the Cactus, he's my favourite plant I own, and I hope that he'll have a very happy life, because the guy did say the cactus is really old. I can't remember, I think he said he was like 40 years old, the cactus, so he's been around for a long time, and I hope that I can continue to give him a good life. But he seems very happy here, and I just thought I would feature that for this week's Thrifty Thursday, because it is a really interesting story, and yeah, if you're a big lover of plants, you will probably be a little bit jealous, because it kind of, all of the things kind of lined up. Like, I got them for so cheap, I have really high ceilings, I know how to look after plants, I love cactus plants, and I just feel very lucky. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you like this video, and if you would like to see more things like this, because I do like to look at plants quite a lot, because I do own many. And also check out for next week's Thrifty Thursday, because it will be back to regular schedule, like thrifting clothes or home, whatever. But yeah, every single Thursday I upload a Thrifty Thursday, and then other days are random. Sometimes Sundays, sometimes Tuesdays, sometimes random days. But I've got a couple of videos already edited and ready to go. So yeah, do subscribe if they're the kind of things you'd like to see, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye!
Ain't no drink will get me this drunk. Ain't no thing will get me this fresh. Better call an Uber, 'cause I'm